Welcome to Bloodbath and Beyond. Today we review Hush. Silence can be killer.
Directed by Mike Flanagan, written by Mike Flanagan and Kate Siegel, starring John Gallagher Jr. and Kate Siegel. Hush is about a deaf and mute woman who lives in a secluded area in the forest. She's attacked and harassed by a crazy stalker. What do we like about this movie?
Now, we've all seen home invasion movies. This is different because the person that's getting her home invaded is deaf and she's mute. She has to handle the whole situation in a different way.
What makes it even more interesting is that this movie is done with probably, I think, 15 minutes of dialogue. Except you don't notice that there is any dialogue. They do this amazing job of using sound or the lack of sound to make this tense, like you feel what's going on from her perspective, and it's really well done.
What Mike Flanagan does well is cast well. So we saw that with Karen Gillan in Oculus, and here we're seeing it again with Kate Siegel. And she does a stellar job portraying her character in such a way that you completely understand her emotions, and the way that she handled each situation, coupled with the sound design, made me feel like I was deaf and experiencing the same things that she was experiencing. The cinematography also helped with that. It was done extremely well, but it also made sure that the proper things were in frame when they needed to be, despite having this lunatic outside trying to harass Maddie. She's completely ignoring it because she can't hear him banging on the window. So it's really nice to kind of feel for the character in a way that she would be feeling in the situation.
When you know that there is this lunatic or killer in the house or near the house, what happens is your eyes start looking for them. So there's great use of this darkness, and while she's just going about her business, you're like, this guy is there. So you're looking in the dark places. You're looking there, and there's no like cheap shots taken with this movie. They don't just try and pop up the killer there. They do it in a very smart way. The killer is smart. He's well thought out his plan. Maddie, she starts thinking things out. So this movie doesn't dumb it down, and it's so refreshing and rewarding to see that. There aren't many choices that are made strictly for the sake of being a movie.
Any decision that Maddie made throughout the film, you as an audience was hoping she would make.
So this movie, not necessarily a home invasion as you would think. It's a very much a psychological kind of game that's being played here. It's done mostly in silence. There's no need for words. It's all action, all thinking. It's really elevated. And even though, you know, we're reviewing it based on it being a horror movie, I honestly think that just strictly as a thriller or a drama, you would enjoy this. It does get bloody at parts, but it's not like a gory movie. It's much more cerebral than that. And I completely love this movie. I think it's really done its job well. What didn't we like about this movie?
I'm gonna kick this off with a very nitpicky thing, and it's the same nitpicky thing that I had with The Girl in the Photographs, which is the killer revealed his face too early on in the film.
I kind of disagree. I think it's because this character has no association whatsoever. Like, he's actually, just even on IMDb, he's just listed as man. So it's like, even without his mask, he's still a stranger.
Yeah, I can understand, like, the reason, but I think
I would have gone no mask altogether.
Right. Yes, I think that's what I'm kind of getting at. Is like, it should have just been either a guy or a guy in a mask.
You don't get the motivation of why this guy's doing it, and that is good and bad. It's nitpicky, but it seems like almost I wanted to know him a little bit more.
Yeah, I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure that I would want to. Yeah. Because that's also why this movie's great, is the fact that we have no idea. And so I think the movie will piss a lot of people off because there is no closure. Yeah. But it's one of the reasons why I like the film more.
It's time for our final thoughts and ratings.
Hush is an absolutely great film that is a unique take on the home invasion genre. We had a very strong female lead who made smart decisions, as well as a very competent stalker who knows how to play the cat and mouse game very well. The cinematography was phenomenal, and the sound design really drove the tension and accentuated the disability, and it was fantastic. So I'm gonna give this 4.5 bitches out of 5.
I completely agree with Jay. This movie, from top to bottom, beginning to end, was well done. Its lack of sound was one of its strongest assets. You really, really feel for the character, feel her situation, and you just like it. It's a cat and mouse game. It's elevated above Home Invasion in my eyes. It was a smart movie, and so I cannot give it enough praise. So I'm going to give this 4.5 crossbows out of 5.
As always, thank you for watching. Like this video and comment below with your thoughts on the film. If you've seen it, if you haven't, please watch it. It's on Netflix worldwide. There's accessibility here, so go watch it. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel to stay updated with everything Bloodbath and beyond.